Step 1, wake up early, gonna rise with the sun. Step 2, get some good, some food in you. Step 3, think real hard about what you wanna be. Step 4, everybody just do your thing.
Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Yo, set your affirmations, aspirations.
Hello, everyone, and welcome. My name is Ash, and welcome to my YouTube channel, Ash Knows Travel, where I share trainings, walkthroughs, and insider tips to help travel advisors book smarter and build confidence. And tonight's training is all about the CC form and the Commission Hub update. We got a new Commission Hub that I want to talk about. And we are going to walk through the updates, the changes, how to use these tools more efficiently in your day-to-day business. And honestly, this training is just designed to help you stay organized, protect your workflow, and better understand how these systems connect into your booking and commission process. So if you are live here, go ahead. You already know what to do. Go ahead and comment hello for me in the chat so that I know that you were with me. And if you happen to be watching this on a replay, I still want to know that you stopped by. So make sure you comment replay so I can say hello. Yes. So I know they have a pretty extensive deep dive that they did in the Commission Hub. But tonight, I really just want to show you kind of the ins and outs of the new updates. And I also just want to use this as a way to share both of the commission tracking form and also the credit card authorization form, because without those two components, we are going to make some serious mistakes. Yes. So I really want to get into that. So let me go ahead and make sure I'm sharing my screen real quick. Boom, get rid of this. And you're going to notice you're not seeing me tonight. And the reason is because I need to share the whole window and I don't want to put my face in the screen and block it from you guys. So I don't want to put anything here so you guys can see everything. So no camera for tonight, but I am already logged into my back office. As you guys can see, I'm going to let you guys know in advance for tonight. I am using one of my spare accounts that I just build on this account. I don't really do any bookings on here. And the reason I'm going to do that is just so I can make sure that I always protect my clients' information. So anything that you see in here is just something that I've made in residual, 10%. I don't have any bookings in here, but it's just like a spare account. Yeah. So the first thing that we will cover for tonight is going to be the Travel Cafe, where we will go in and get our credit card authorization form. It's going to be inside the Travel Cafe. Now, the credit card authorization form is probably one of the most important things that you will do when it comes to the booking process. It serves so many different functions other than just making sure that we're authorized to run that credit card. It actually serves a purpose of protection, not only for us, but also for Archer and also for the client. So it's very, very important that we always do a credit card authorization form anytime that we are taking a client's payment. Okay. Now, that probably means several different things to you when you hear that. Yeah. Anytime that I'm going to be personally running a payment, I will automatically make sure that I go in there and, grab the credit card authorization form just as a form of protection. Yes. So let's go ahead and dive in, shall we? So we are going to go to the part where it says forms, and then we're going to go to the part where it says credit card authorization form. That is where the form lies. So we'll open it there. Now, inside here, they have a lot of good information. You guys, you need to do a deep dive because they have some really good info for us. But for us, we're going to go in here and do, of course, the client's credit card authorization form. It's going to be right here. Depending on what country you live in is where you will click. We will go for USA English. Before I do that, though, I want to talk to you about a couple of things. First thing I want to talk about is if you ever need to remember on how to do it, please check out here. It'll tell you how to do the credit card authorization form. But another thing you're going to notice over here is a booking within 21 days. Now, I do have a separate training on booking in 21 days and fraud prevention. But of course, I always want to just basically suggest that if you have somebody booking within 21 days, that you always check out this area before you select the supplier, because certain suppliers have certain requirements, and you can find them right here where it says within 21 days of booking. And that is, of course, where it will tell you which suppliers. So you'll see like Vax, all of the suppliers in here for Vax, Pleasant Holidays, Archer Go, Blue Skies in there, Delta, United. These mostly are Vax, right? So if you do booking within 21 days and you take a credit card, you would need a credit card authorization form, of course, but also you have to go in there and submit it. Not only do you have to go in there, submit it, but you have to do it like this, where you have to go and do the credit card authorization form. Brings you back to here. So you actually have to go in there and then submit it. But you see where it says below, only if an Archer corporate travel advisor asks you to complete this step? That's what it's meaning, okay? So within 21 days, normally what they do is they'll reach out to you. They will reach out to you as soon as you do a 21-day booking, because that's like a red flag for them. So naturally they reach out to you. But I'll be honest with you, if I'm doing a booking within 21 days, I naturally submit it anyways. So if you had to submit it, you would have to submit it this way, okay? But do you notice something here that it says only submit if they ask you to? That's because we only submit credit card authorization forms if it's within 21 days. We do not submit credit card authorization forms for regular bookings that are more than 21 days out. And of course, this one says only do it if they actually advise you to, okay? So make sure that you are reading this and following the details, because this stuff changes all the time. So anytime I get a booking within 21 days, the first thing that I automatically go and do, especially if you're a new advisor, reach out to your mentor, because a 21-day booking essentially can be considered like a fraud alert. It's very rare that people book that travel that soon. So if it's an emergency, whatever, we get it, right? But we just want to double make sure that you're not doing anything, that could be a fraud risk. So I always suggest, if I see something that's a little off, reach out to my mentor, check it out, right? But then after that, I would, of course, make sure that when I'm selecting my vendors, if it has an extra process, to make sure you follow the steps for a 21-day booking, okay? If you choose Expedia Tap to do your 21-day booking, you don't have to do this form, etc., where you're submitting it, right? But if you're doing one in Vax, then it says, okay, it's a requirement for a 21-day booking. So just pay attention to that part. All right. Now I'm going to go back to the regular credit card auth form. I always just like to say that because a lot of people don't know that. And I don't want you guys to ever be like, in a pickle. So next thing you guys want to look at is, of course, for clients credit card authorization form. This is regular USA English. Of course, pick the one that's based off of your country. It'll automatically populate into Adobe. And you can come in here and type your information and then save it and then send it to them. Okay. So, of course, let's go in here and fill this out for ourselves. And then so you guys know what goes on there. And then I'll tell you, honestly, one of the fastest ways that you can send it is through Adobe. I've seen sometimes where we can do it through DocuSign. Whatever works for you is totally fine. I find it easiest just to do it as an email, send it through, and then have them sign it, send it back. I would really suggest if they could print it out and sign it, that would be great. It's way better to get a handwritten signature, but I understand in 2026 that might be a little difficult. So try to do that before you automatically just accept an electronic one. Okay. But let's go in here and fill this out as if it were to be you. So for here, you would put your actual business name. You don't want to put Archer Travel or anything. You want to put your actual business name. I would just say for tonight, let's just say Ash Travel. All right, cool. Phone number, we know that, blah, blah, blah. And then your email, okay? At Gmail, blah, blah, blah. All right, cool. So this is all your information. That's what I just should have said. All of your information, I just filled it out for you, okay? Then this is where the client comes in. I try to fill out as much as I can before I get it to the client, okay? I don't make them do any extra work. And sometimes when I'm doing this, I don't even have the confirmation number yet because I need to book it. So I will leave that blank if I need to. But all of the rest of this, I try to figure out as much as I can. I is going to be the client. This is going to be you. Guest name, client. It has to be the person that's paying. Trip type, if it's a package, if it's just an activity, No matter what you are doing, if it's a cruise, a hotel and resort, or if it's just a package. Okay, put that in there. But I'm going to tell you something. Okay, listen here. When you are doing these, if you are using different vendors, then you need to have a credit card authorization form for each vendor. Do not put all of it on here. When I say package, that means I went inside Vax and I booked a flight, a hotel, and a car, but it's all the same vendor. This does not work with different vendors. It needs to be per vendor. Okay. If you are taking like deposits, payments, whatever, I want you to write the full price on here. You're not, if you want to put in notes on here and say, I took a payment on this day, take a payment on that date, sure, go for it. Okay. But when you are filling this out, you want the total charge to my credit card. You see how it says that? So I'm not going to put each time like I'm running it. I'm just going to do it for like, let's just say their trip total was 75.3. Okay, cool. They gave me authorization to run this amount. No matter how many payments I take, as long as I run this amount, we're good. Do we understand? Yes? All right. All right. So in here, clients package, let's say VAX, just for today. We don't have the confirmation yet because we didn't book it yet. Because why is that? Let's talk about it. When you do a booking, what do we do? Oh, hey, client, here's your quote. You love it? That's great. All right, let's go ahead and take care of this. Boom, send credit card authorization form, sign it. Thank you. All right, let's go in there and book it. Now I'm going to tell you a reason to do that. They are going to be way more hesitant to fill this out. They're going to be lazy about it after the booking's secured. We want to build it into the momentum. This is a part of the process, right? This is a part of securing it. Now, a lot of times people will tell me, well, when I talk about the credit card off form, people get nervous or they get this or they get that. Okay, I've been here for 4 years. Nobody ever gets nervous about this form. I am an independent contractor, right? Like, so are you. We're independent contractors and we are contracted through Archer Travel. As part of their errors and omissions liability insurance, to protect ourselves and our clients, we are required to sign this authorization form stating that you gave me permission to run your credit card. Do you see how that sounds? Are you going to question me? Absolutely not. It's a part of the process, right? And actually, I've never had anybody question me. And I'll be real clear with you. Sometimes Vacation Express, if you do a booking within 30 days, they have a form like this too. And they'll send it directly to your client and tell your client, send it back to us with an ID and a credit card. They don't care. So we don't care. Okay. We have to protect ourselves, right? So that's exactly what this is. So departure date, put that in there. Yeah, okay, return date. Okay, so for the contact name, you could put whatever name, like just say if somebody else is running the group, but this person's paying for it, then that's fine too. Okay, you could put that in there if you need to. And the name as it appears on the credit card, the last 4 digits of it, and then we'll read this part right here. To protect your confidential information, do not provide the full credit card written on this form. You'll be contacted by your travel agent to provide your full credit card number and CVV number. A copy, which is a picture of the driver's license, and a copy picture of the front of the credit card is needed along with this form. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about this because when people hear this, they get a little questionable too. Yes, absolutely get their ID. It could be their passport, that's fine, but it needs to be a form of ID. But also try to make sure it's not expired because people find IDs all the time, okay? Another thing that I would do as well is when you're getting the front of the credit card, or sometimes nowadays it's the back of the credit card, all we need is the name and the last 4 of the credit card. We just need to verify that it's their credit card and that it's actually that credit card, okay? The rest of it, they can block out. Now, I'll be real honest with you. I don't ever have this problem. My clients, they will email me their credit cards. I don't know what their deal is, but they will just straight up just email me their credit card. Sometimes they even send it to me in a text message. I've even had people send it to me on Messenger. I don't know why they do that. I would never do that. But I'll be real honest with you with that because y'all get nervous when y'all think about this form. But I'm going to tell you, in 2026, while they should be protected, most people don't care. They'll just send you whatever they find, whatever they have. So, like, just be prepared for that and be shocked, okay? But I say that to you because people aren't having the same fears and doubts that you have, and I want you to not have them because we are a business and this is a part of our process, okay? Now, continuing down, but the expiration date, the billing address, all of this part right here, the client has to obviously figure this out, right? Client, we could put the total amount, client, and now billing address, if it's the same as the credit card, you could put it in there. They could change it if they want, but if you want to put it in there, feel free to. phone number, email. Okay. Last part right here. This is the part that protects us right here. It's not only getting a credit card auth, it's also protecting us against them saying, oh, I didn't know I was going to get charged. Yes, you did. All right, right here. Was travel protection offered? Yes. Was it accepted? No. Okay. Yes, no. All right, these two right here. Now, read this underneath. The risk of declining coverage has been explained by my travel advisor. I understand that declining travel insurance, I may not be covered for any changes, cancellations of my trip. I am solely responsible and liable for any cancellation penalties and out-of-pocket expenses incurred. Ooh, that's a loaded statement, yeah? What is this saying? I understand that this was offered to me, and if it wasn't offered, they're just going to put no. Say sometimes travel insurance isn't offered, sometimes they don't want it. That's okay, but we need to acknowledge that either way, that we've explained to it. I understand that if I decline it, that they are responsible and liable for any penalties and out of pockets. This protects us so much. This stops the back and forth right here. Okay. Now, I'm going to tell you another added feature to this. I put this right here, this nice little loaded statement, a lot shorter. It's also inside my inquiry form. I asked them in advance, do you want travel insurance? And if they say no, then on the little parentheses, it says, I understand that you are going to be liable and held for any penalties or cancellation, etc. Just like that. It's in my inquiry form because I want them to know, not just one time, I want them to know 2, 3, 4 times. Okay. Now, a lot of you guys automatically give travel insurance. If that's you, I praise you. Go for it, okay? But I've ran into situations where people are just like, no, I don't want it. Okay, that's fine. But I just want you to know that you are responsible and that I also like to explain travel insurance a little bit more because people think that travel insurance is just protecting you for like in case you cancel your trip. But travel insurance actually protects you a lot of the times, even when you're international. I'm going to give you an example, okay? My flight that I booked to Hawaii, I booked it in downtown travel, which I'm going to actually be showing you guys next week. Okay. But when I booked it inside downtown travel, I got the full protection. I'm protected in Hawaii all the way to dental emergencies. Okay. That's how deep that went. I went deep into that travel insurance and I read every single line of it. And that is what I want people to understand about it. Like when you're explaining it to them, don't go out there and be like, oh, you got some trip protection. Okay. Read the fine lines of it. Also, you have baggage protection. Also, like there's a lot of parts that can go in there. And that's really what they need to know if they're accepting or declining. Okay. So that's what that means. You explained it. And if they sign it, they're good to go. Now at the bottom here, you see it has all of our important information, our licensing, etc. So it's perfectly formatted just like it needs to be. So once you get this signed, I filled this out. Honestly, I have it set up like a template. It's already saved. So it's automatically inside my Adobe. I just save it like that. And then it's just fill it out, send it, fill it out, send it, right? And a lot of times when I'm quoting packages and I know for sure that they're going to book, I'll get all of this ready. So I just have to put the amount and send it out too. Okay. So that is the credit card authorization form. And I absolutely feel that you guys need to understand its importance. So everybody comment below. Do you guys all understand why we do this? This is one of the most amazing things that we have in the travel industry. This protects us from fraud. This protects us from chargebacks. Okay. All right. So that is the credit card authorization form. So now let's go back to the travel cafe, shall we? Where we are going to go into a deep dive, not travel cafe. Let's go to our back office. Okay. So back office, let me close this out. Here we are back in my back office. All right. So the travel cafe has the credit card authorization form. So now we got to switch gears to our actual website because that's where the commission hubs lies. So now we will go over to our back office. We are going to go to my travel site right here. And let me make sure. I don't think it has me logged in. Yep. 1 second. Let me log into it. Okay. There we go. All right. So once you log into your site, it shall look like this. Now in here, you guys are going to see a lot of stuff about commissions. Okay. So for all the newbies here, the commissions hub is what we used to use. Okay. The paid commissions hub was attached to this. So we'd submit our commissions. You could view the submitted commissions here. And then once they were paid, they would show up here. But we had an update in our hub thanks to Archer because they killed it. Love it. Right. And when they did the update, they put all these three into here. So we no longer use this one, or this one. These are all pertaining to 2025 and before. But now we only use this one, and it has everything. It's literally a hub. That's what they called it. It has everything that you need in here. Okay. Before I click on that, I'm going to talk about this last guy too, though. If you ever have a situation, Archer's very good about commission now. Ever since, especially since they upgraded their office and they moved, they got a whole commissions department. So they're on it, like they're on it. Okay. So we rarely have to do this, but if you ever run into a situation where it's been more than 60 days after the travel and you haven't been able to actually get paid, okay, it's very rare. If it's something wrong, it'll even tell you now if there's something wrong with it. So this shouldn't happen. But if it does happen and you still haven't gotten paid, you did everything you were supposed to do, then you can come in here and put your information in. Okay. Now I will tell you, I also like to call. Sometimes I'll call Archer and just say, hey, what's up? But honestly, I've been here for 4 years and I only had this happen one time because I had a situation where a booking was transferred to me and it just didn't do correctly. If you guys ever do bookings transferred to you, even if it's from other agents, etc., there's a very specific process to make sure that you get paid. So make sure that you actually talk to Archer because they update it all the time. And so anytime now that I have a booking transferred into me, automatically let me reach out to Archer, make sure I follow the process because there is a process to get paid for booking transfers. Okay. But here, this is in case you don't get paid, you're at 60 days and it will actually have you in here. If you put this in here and it's not 60 days, it'll tell you. It'll say, nope, you got to wait. So make sure it's accurate. Okay. So let's go in here and go to the commissions hub. Okay. So just saying for the record, there's no client information in here. This is one of my like random accounts that I have. And anything in here that's just paid from being 10% for being a mentor. Okay. So just saying that for recording purposes. All right. So once you guys open the new commissions hub, it's absolutely awesome. Look, they have a full walkthrough. He's probably going to be better at it than me. Okay. But I'm just kind of giving it like an agent touch. That's all I'm doing here. Because they teach it, but we use it. So that's what I'm here for. But you can also come in here and do a practice tour too. But even if you come in here and do like a new commission tab, you can just deactivate the form. But if you're one of those people that want to come in here and like practice, feel free to. All right. If you ever want to do any feedback, they have a good submission little box here too. And I've actually used these before, like the submit for feedback. I did it on their website and they actually responded to me. So I recommend it if you need. Okay. But let's talk about this yellow box right here before we get started. Commissions invoices must be submitted within 30 days of the booking date to receive the full commission amount. Invoices submitted more than 30 days after the booking will be reduced by 20%. That's a lot, huh? That's a whole lot. As soon as I'm going to tell you how to prevent this right here, I'm going to tell you how to prevent it. As soon as you do the booking, you do your commission tracking form. You do not delay it. It's a part of the process. That's the best process that we have. As Miss Courtney Palladino says, book, rinse, repeat. Okay. So we get a quote. We do the quote. After the quote, we go in there and we send them a credit card authorization form. They sign it. We do the booking. Okay. This is all back to back to back. After we do the booking, ooh, congratulations. So happy for you. Before you do anything else, submit that commission tracking form. Do not mess with that because it will affect your pay. Now, another thing that we should also do is if you don't have a digital command center, I do, and I teach on one. I have it set where I automatically put all the client information in there too, all together. It's a process. Bookings done, congratulations, commission tracking form, digital command center, everything's updated. Just that way I can have it all set up for my process. Do not delay that because it will affect you and making sure that all the information gets out. Okay. So let's go file a commission tracking form, shall we? You know what? Before we file one, actually, let me show you the cool updates because this is very important. These updates are amazing. Okay. So right here we have actually all the time. You can actually see It's not available yet, but you will be able to see all of the income that you've ever made before 2025. For the time being, it's actually at the top from the paid commissions, but eventually you will be able to see that. Along with that, see, it says 4 paid commissions. If you come back here and this isn't here, then you'll be able to see it, okay? Total forms is going to be when you're submitting the commission forms. These are your total sales. This is going to be for 25 and beyond. This is what you've already been paid. This is what the payout estimated is. Look at that $1.54. Ay. And then if they have an action required, if there's something wrong with your commission tracking forms, it'll tell you right here, okay? Now, the reason I like to show you guys this because this is pretty cool. Before, we didn't be able to see what we were getting paid, okay? But now we can. So right here, if they had commissions, like if we submit them, etc., they're here, right? But if you click invoice records, this is your invoice records linked to your commissions, including payment dates and amounts, okay? So this one here is, mind you guys, this is just a spare account, okay? But this is right here. Look, it has upline. This is my upline pay. So you can even see on all your accounts. So here at Evolution, we can have 4 accounts total, 2 under our social, 2 under our EIN. So this one is one that's under my EIN, and this is all my upline. So you guys can track your upline pay. You guys can track basically even all the way down to, you know, where every part of the component is tracking and paid out. So it goes very deep. You can export it for your records, however you want to do it, okay? But I like this because we did not have this before. Long time ago, we used to have a pending commission tab, but they went all out and like full on. And I just absolutely love that. Okay. So there is that. But let's go in here and do a new commission. Yes. Okay. So inside here, you want to name the package for travel before you start the new commission tracking form. Now, a lot of you guys will go in here and just put whatever, but I'm going to be real clear with you. I am very specific about it. I used to just put the actual like booking ID. I do that because that's how I track mine. But my friend, and also on here, Heather, she is one of the, I call them mentors, but that's not what they are. They're like moderators. Moderators on here, Heather, she's like, you know what? I also like to do the last name. So I think that's a great idea. So in here, I'd like to typically, I will go in there and you know how it says like this? I like to put it all the way through. And I do that because when I export it, I can keep up with it way better. But it needs to have something in there like that you can be able to easily identify it, because when you go back for your records, you're going to be real confused, okay? So make sure you put a good package name on here. So for today, look, see how I have it like that? Like that, that's exactly what I do, okay? So for today, we'll just put like Bob's, let's say, this is technically should be a last name. So I guess we could do like Smith, blah, blah, blah. And then I would do like Viator booking. You see how like descriptive I am? Because I want to keep up with it. So if it's like a whole trip, then I would do like family trip. If it's a group booking, like I'm very specific about it, okay? Now, I'll show you how to do group bookings tonight. It's very easy in here, but rough idea, okay? We could even do RC cruise, okay? I'm just putting some stuff in here. Anyways, so we're going to come over here and we're going to acknowledge this, and then we're going to hit create. All right, we got our new package set up. This is what it looks like. It even has the estimated commission, but this doesn't update for like a while in the back office. Like once it's fully submitted, it'll eventually show you what's being pending, paying out too. It's pretty cool. So we will come in here and we will do new traveler. You have to have a traveler, at least one, before you can do a new component. So we will come in here and we will put Bob. Come on, Bob. Let's go, Bob. Bobby Bob. Yeah. And then la 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 at la 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 la. Oh, there we go. Right. And then we're going to put some numbers in here. Oh, that's a really long phone number. Okay. Thank you, Bob. Bob is going to be the primary traveler. The first traveler must be primary. To change it later, add another traveler. Perfect. All right. Now we have Bob. Now, technically, back in the day, we used to have to add every traveler that would go in there. But now we only have to add the lead travelers. So in a group setting, I would put all of the lead travelers. If they're paying at some point, put them in the commission tracking form. Like if you're going to get a booking, okay, let's just say, I'm going to give you an example. So Bob has a sister named Janet, okay? But Janet was the lead traveler on the hotel package because her and Bob shared it. But then Bob decided, you know what? I'm going to go get a rental car. You could still do it all together, okay? But you would have to put where Janet is on the hotels and then Bob's on the car, but they're all together. Does that make sense for you guys? I hope it does. It's hard to explain, but everything can go under here. If me, Bob, and Janet are all going together, it's still a group and we're doing several different things. You could put it all into here. That's totally okay. It just has to have the lead traveler's information for that booking along with the booking information, okay? So, for example, here, let's just say we got Bob, him, he's going to go, we can do activities, we can do air. Activities is also going to be like Viator. If you guys ever get those Viator bookings and they're being paid out, that's an activity. Air, car, cruise, hotel. Insurance, if it's just travel insurance by itself. A package, which would be all of these like together, etc. Or rail and then a tour by itself. Okay. Now, if, for example, we were going to go do multiple components under here, I would just go ahead and just say it's a package. But let's just say in the package, they're booking a hotel, a car, and a flight, and that's one booking. That's considered a package. But if I went over and I decided to do a hotel booking in Expedia, and then I went and got my car in downtown travel, those are two different components. It's not considered a package at that point. The package is going to be considered if they're doing more than one component under one vendor. Okay. So for this example, let's just say I booked them an entire package inside Vax. Okay. All right. So we would come in here. I'm just going to pick some, let's just say it has to be within 30 days of the booking date. So that's cool. We're just going to pick a random date. And then we're going to come down here and we need to put in booking reference ID. But before we do that, we got to search our supplier. So it's very specific now. Back in the day, you could just type in whatever, but it's actually based off of like what it is. So if I do Expedia, and then if I don't actually put in the correct Expedia ID, it will tell you here that this is wrong. Okay, so pay attention to that. It's got all the main suppliers in there, so you should find it. But for today, we used FunJet. Thanks, FunJet. Okay, and then normally it's like TCI, blah, 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 blah. Let's see if it'll let me go through. Yeah, accepted it? Okay, cool. All right, so inside FunJet, I gave them air, activity, a hotel, and a car. Wow. All right, so they're going to be leaving. Let's put them out here. I'm going to go here. They're going to come back. We can go here. All right, cool. Now, itinerary description. So this is everything that was inside their itinerary. So let's just say we got them a hotel at, I don't know, Astoria. No, that's a fancy hotel. That's a fancy hotel brand. I'm just trying to make up something on top of my head. We don't say the Holiday Inn. That's a Holiday Inn. Chingy, let's go. All right, Holiday Inn. And then we booked them United flights. I'm just being real specific here. We got them an enterprise car. And then we also did an activity where they're going to be, we're going to do a food tour activity. We did all this inside Vax. Okay, cool. All right. Now, estimated commission, you guys know that's found under booking administration. So we just go say 400. And then the total was like 4,500. Yeah, that's cheap. Okay. Now, there we go. Okay, that's it right there. That's the main thing. Technically, if it's just a regular booking, I would just hit submit and call it a day. Right? That's it. If you want to put some notes, you could put some additional notes, but that's all you need for a regular booking. Okay, but you're going to see several different things that lie inside this. Do you see this individual reference ID? Additional reference ID. This is pertaining to if I were to say like I booked a group cruise, I could put this stuff in here. Like if they have their own reference ID for the group cruise, like they have a main group cruise ID and then it has several components underneath it, you can choose that, okay? So let's just say we did a regular booking here. All right, there we go. It's unpaid. It's an unpaid package. It's in for FunJet. There it is. There's that confirmation. It's estimated 1 participant. Perfect. All right. So we got this in here, but let's go in here now. I'm going to show you guys how to do a couple different other things. So if it was for a cruise, you just click cruise. Same kind of idea, right? And then you would just do Royal Caribbean, etc. Put the Royal Caribbean ID. They even have the cruise company if it's different, if you don't have that one, but it's fine. The vessel name, the booking reference ID, exactly what the cruise is. So if it was Royal Caribbean, we could come in here and do like Freedom of the Seas, right? And then I would do just like that. You got to have the details, okay? And then it's submitted, commission, etc. Okay. Now let's go in here and let's make this a little bit more complicated because this is boring. No, I'm just kidding. Let's make it complicated. Come on, Janet. Let's go, Janet. All right, we're gonna have to use a different name from Janet. Come on, Janet. I don't know who that lady is, but all right. And then Bobby, Janet Bobby, and blah blah at gmail.com. Blah 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 blah. Right? Oh, that's too long. Okay. Now she's not primary traveler because that's what Bob is. So now Bob and Janet are on this trip together, and they also decided, you know what? We're gonna bring Sarah. Come here, Sarah. Sarah, what are you doing, Sarah? Bobby. That's their cousin. All right, gmail.com. Cool. All right. So now we got Sarah, we got Janet, and we got Bob. Now, Sarah, Janet, and Bob, they decided they're gonna do a group trip together. Yeah? You guys want to do a group commission tracking form? And we could even take it further. Then let's just say we do deep dive. Let's go. So now we got our 3 people, and they're all going on a cruise together. But we're gonna have to come over here and do cruise, okay? So cruise type, booking ID, yes. When you do a cruise, a group cruise, it will automatically give you a booking group reference. You will put the main one in there. Inside there, when you do the individual bookings inside the cruise, you will come down here. You see how it has names picked? All right, so let's just say Sarah did it and Janet. You'll put them in here. Okay? Right there. The individual ones that they give you. Right there. Boom. 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 Okay? That's a group cruise. Then I would hit create. That's it. You're good to go. You're done. That's the group cruise. It's not bad, right? Back in the day, they used to make it way harder. But this way, you would have the ability to add in the main one, which is the most important one, and then you can add them individually underneath it. Exactly how you do it. Okay? Now, let's just say we were to come in here and they all did an activity together, but then Susan decided we didn't get Susan. Sorry, Sarah. I make up names as I go. Can you tell? Sarah was like, I don't want to go on that stupid activity. Only I want to go with, like, let Janet and Bob go. Okay. So then we just leave Sarah out and then we put the individual reference ID in there. Like if it was a full booking or if they book separately, they could still do it that way. We could leave the main one in here. All right, fine. That included Janet. But then let's just say Bob would be the primary. And then Janet had her own ID. She was booked too. So we just come in here and fill that out. Like it can go under the same component and then you just add the individual reference ID. So let me show you what that would look like if I were to do that. We did an activity, right? Yeah. Okay, hold on. I don't know why it keeps defaulting back to April. We're not going to wait that long. Relax. All right. So there it is. Let's go in here and we're going to say Viator. Boom. Oh, no, don't create a new supplier. Viator. Okay. And then there's, oh, come on. 10-digit. Yeah, I know. Oh, did I do it? Okay. I think they got it. I knew it was a number. I just don't know how long it was. All right. So then we're going to come in here. We're going to say, sure, that's the day they did the activity. All right, cool. And they did a excursion for their cruise. They did a food and wine tour. I don't know. Snorkeling. I don't care. snorkeling tour. Okay. If it has an actual description, put that in there. Okay. Don't do what I'm doing. But then we'll come in here and we'll build in, we're going to get paid like $50 for that. And it was like, I don't know, 500. Sure. All right. Cool. So there it is. Do you see how it's not, do you see how it's automatically picking it up? It's saying, hey, Janet's, that can't be Janet's reference number. It's got to be 10 digits. There we go. Now, I got Bobby's, I got Janet's. Let's go. You see how it's set up here? Confirmation, deactivate, unpaid. And if I come in here and I hit edit like this, I can go in here and edit. Now, here's the cool part. When it comes time to pay out, it'll show you that it pays for this very specific. When they come down to paying it out, I go in there and hit submit. Obviously, I'm going to hit deactivate form. But if you deactivate the form, it'll completely remove it, but it's still, Archer can still see it, okay? But here's the cool thing. You guys come in here, and I just like, it takes so much extra work out of us, right? I mean, we can really come in here and do every single part of it, and then we can add several different components to it. That way we have the ability to, not just have it to where, we have 6,000 different commission forms. They're all tacked into here. Okay. So when they start to pay out, guys, it does show that it's paying out by, like when you come in here and they start paying out, do you see how this is like paid, unpaid? It'll start looking like this, where it will come in and it will go in and like pay it out. Okay. If they don't all pay out at the same time, this part will show paid or processing. And then like this one will be unpaid. So they go by as they're going. Okay. So that is just a rough idea of how to do the new hub. But the cool parts about the actual hub, honestly, is going to be where we now can see how much we're getting paid. Can we all agree? This part right here, like this is the game changer for us. Like, yes, Archer Travel, we absolutely love you. And here's a good status guide: pending, draft, submitted, editing in process if you change it. And then where it has it, it's where it's like the processing, that's when they get paid. See, when it's partially paid, that's when they haven't paid the full component. If they cancel it or they paid it, etc. You guys can see it all in there. Okay, so that is all I really have to show you for tonight. It's a little bit different than what I normally do, but you guys, I didn't know about this whole like update part. I know Archer's given us all the info, but I was playing around here and I was like, wait a minute, is this all the same? Like you can see this for every single account. So that's probably one of my most favorite parts about it. But that is all I really have for you guys tonight. Of course, make sure that you guys like this video, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and as well, join me back on Thursday. I'm doing the ultimate game changer, okay? Thursday is where it's at. CapCut template videos for batching, and I'm so excited about this training. I'm really going to do a full-on like deep dive of like all of the different ways you can use the templates, edit it, put it together, etc. So make sure that you guys join me back on Thursday at 5 p.m. Pacific for that. And of course, make sure you like this video, comment. If you guys have questions, feel free to drop them in the chat there, and I will be more than happy to help you. And if not, I will see you back on Thursday. Yes? All right, so I'm gonna head over to my studio now where I will meet you guys at the chat box. So feel free to drop anything in there and I will answer any of your questions.
Step 1, wake up early, gonna rise with the sun. Step 2, get some good, some food in you. Step 3, think real hard about what you wanna be. Step 4, everybody just do your thing.
Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Yo. Set your affirmations, aspirations. I got shit to do, the aftermath of preparation. Good food, good mood, blood in circulation. One step at a time, yeah, that's how you make it. Set a goal you control and the steps you take them. I try to pick one thought, have some concentration. And if I make a mistake, it's called education. I try to do this every day, call it replication. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 So life ain't easy, yo, I think there's a reason though. Ups and downs, just like every different season, yo. Sometimes I'm high, other times I'm barely breathing, though. I always gotta fight and hide from the demons, yo. Negative thoughts are poison, they rot. Head full of flies, so here come the clouds. They'll never stop unless I can swap all the bad for the good in my head when I'm lost. Yeah, so I'ma fake it till I make it. Positive thoughts are overtaken, I got patience. One day at a time is how you operate a cadence. A flow, you grow, you show yourself a foundation. Stay away from all the shit that causes temptation. I know that I like to do it cause it's sensation. I live my life in my head like a narration. Don't expect greatness, do my best, man, I'll take it. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Wake up, today's gonna be a good day.